All right, so I've seen Annie Hall, another Woody Allen film, and I liked it. I mean, there are things about Woody Allen that for a long time I have not liked, and I do admit that, but I actually like this film. I mean, it's not great, but in many ways, it's sort of my reaction to 21 Jump Street, which I didn't think was going to be any good, but then I liked it. And this again, I did like, just the same. And even though it's not an amazing film or something that's groundbreaking or anything like that, I don't think that matters because I enjoyed myself. And I think that's the key of any film. You know, if it's good, if it's really good or whatever, if you just enjoy it for what it is and take it in and have fun with it. And I have fun with this film. I thought there was a lot of funny stuff in it. I thought there was stuff in it which is just hilarious and I laughed quite a lot. And I didn't think it's the best film, hey, but I don't think that mattered because I felt that the characters were well put together. I thought the performances were very good. I did like the concept of the film with the way that he had this whole story of Annie Hall and for a Woody Allen film to entertain me after really not liking Midnight in Paris and really hating Manhattan and really disliking Vicky Cristina Barcelona, I think it's somewhat of a triumph. I think it's good. And, you know, there are things in the film you look at it and you think, well, that's exactly why I don't like some of his other films. But watching this film, I felt there was so many things to merit that I just couldn't help but say, hey, it's a Woody Allen film, I know, but still, it's entertaining. I laughed, I had fun, and it wasn't a waste of my time. I wasn't bored. There was only one little thing I can really quibble, which is that at the end, it felt like it was going for longer, but then obviously you could tell it was going to end because we're getting near the end, the running time and everything. And obviously it ended. And I think it ended the right way. I think if it carried on, it could have carried on for maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. I think if that had happened, that would have been the wrong call. I think when they stopped it, it was the right decision. But I did like there's a bit at the end which I thought was funny because he likes to write plays and he has this whole thing that he really is in love with Diane Keaton, and he says let's get married. Why don't we get married? And obviously you know what her reaction is going to be, and she says no, and she doesn't want to have anything to do with that, and that's a really good scene. And then what happens is he then writes the play and everything, and he changes the ending that Diane Keaton falls in love and wants to be with him, even though they have problems and stuff. And I thought that was funny. And another bit I like in the movie is there's a scene where they're going to see a movie that someone's slagging off right behind them, and Woody Allen is really not happy, and he starts having a go at this guy, and then he actually then grabs a director of that film, and he sort of says to the audience, "Hey, guess that doesn't happen in real life, but hey, what do you know?" I thought that was funny, and it just it surprised me. I have to say. I mean, Sweet and Low Down was a perfectly good, fun time, and I did enjoy that film. Same thing applies here. It's quite good, and despite the fact that I really, for a long time, I said, "Oh God, Woody Allen this, Woody Allen that, can't stand him." I think it's proof with this and Sweet and Low Down that he actually can make something quite enjoyable, despite whatever I have to say about this and that, which I don't think that matters. I think he can make a good film. It may not be great, but I still admire what he's done here, and I admired what he did with Sweet and Low Down. There were very, very good, recommendable things in that film and in this film. I think he's done well, and I was entertained. I was pleased. I was happy by the end of it. I was glad I enjoyed it. And you got that sense of you were happy that you enjoyed it, and you were so glad you weren't angry that it went bad. And I'm so glad. And it's good.